The Saline Solution presents Naked, the podcast series that pairs it all: real life experiences, how they were dealt with, and the lessons learned. Facing the person in the mirror always makes us check ourselves, accept our past, and guides us to make the decisions that are best for our peace of mind. Are you naked? Here's your host, Saline Griffith. This podcast is for adults 18 years and over.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Naked. We actually start a new series off today, and it's episode 5 in this new series. It's called Self-Love. That's very important in these times that we're living in. How are you doing? I just wanted to ask you that. How are you doing in these COVID times? I hope that you're really bringing out your creative side and making sure that you do all that's necessary to keep yourself safe and COVID-free. But talking about self-love today, I got naked with Latoya Walker, otherwise known as Holy Cow. And Latoya had quite a bit of information. Our conversation was really interesting because we spoke rather about loving the skin that you're in. And not just the skin in terms of complexion. We're talking about the skin in terms of your size. A lot of people are really into fat shaming, but there are also a lot of people that are into embracing the fact that some people are perfectly healthy, but they're on the thicker side, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. How we feel about being comfortable in your own skin. We know it's the age of Lizzo and all of these people who finally, it's crazy. And I always said, this is something that I was waiting to see. Apart from being a lazy person to exercise, but then again, you realize that exercise has nothing to do with it because some people are just like that. You're born so.
Genetics, hormones, as women, we know all those things come into play, right?
Correct. So then why should we feel ashamed of our bodies? Because Instagram and all of these different places have you looking like Betty Boo all over. And I mean, to each his own.
Teach his own, absolutely.
If I had the money, I might have said, okay, I would go and
a little nip and tuck.
Yeah. Or do a little fat transfer because I really don't want to have this punch in front of me. But at the end of the day, I'm like, this is me. I've never been somebody who liked to exercise. And so it's like, you know what? Nobody complains.
The easier way.
Not complaining. So, let's just keep it like that.
Yes.
But, growing up, how was your journey growing up and for you to be able to want to do something that causes you to literally say, I am coming out and being comfortable in my skin as opposed to just living your life like normal? Did you have a challenge when you were growing up and what was that journey like?
So growing up, I'm very dark skinned and, it was a struggle there, hearing your peers call you names. I always, was outstanding somehow. I was always the darkest or the tallest, was never the skinniest, but I was way smaller than I am now, actually.
Okay.
And then, you grew up in a particular religion where you are, I don't want to use the word force, but modesty is big. So modesty meaning you cover everything that could possibly tempt your brother in church. You have to cover up, right?
Yes.
It didn't matter that I couldn't help when the breeze blew, my silhouette would still show, but so it took a lot of that and just, being forced to not like certain clothes, to not wear certain things to the beach. And then I came to college and the pounds crept on. So that was another challenge, my mom saying, you have to lose some pounds, and it just was really hard because it's like my diet wasn't the best. The hormones, the body, everything started changing. Sleeping patterns were off.
Of course.
And then, at my heaviest, I am 280 pounds, but I'm also very tall. I'm also very tall. So that adds, I'm like 5'11", almost 6. Yeah, I'm very tall.
Girl,
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Are you
So
so
it's like
tall?"
everything. And then it's like, you know what? I realized in college that nobody cared. You know, the pressure, because I come from a small town. I
Right.
come from
Okay.
Library. Shout out to the Pitch Lake. Hello.
What? Awesome.
Right? Yeah.
Awesome.
So in 2011, you know, I came to do my bachelor's in UE.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I noticed people did not care. Like you could literally wear what you want, look how you
Mm,
want, and there were nobody, you know, there was nobody looking at you like, what does she have on? Why is that top so short and her
fantastic.
belly, you know, she has a fupa, as we say in Big Gyul world, you
Yes.
know?
Oh my God.
And yeah, I just felt very confident, and you know, I'm away from home, I'm away from that whole religious thing,
Yeah.
and so I'm free, and I'm like, you know what, let me just be myself, because for years I felt like I needed to cover myself, and like my shape and my height and everything was something to be
Or that you
embarrassed
had,
about.
yeah, or that you had to be working on something. I have to get
Yeah,
fit.
yeah.
I have to do this.
It's
I have to
never
do
that,
that.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you're just beautiful. You
Beautiful.
know, whether
Yeah.
you're skinny, whether, no matter, I've never heard you're just beautiful
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
I came north of the highway, I must say. And yeah,
Highway.
you know, because it was always like a backhanded compliment. Like, you look nice, you know, but maybe if you lost a couple pounds. So you look
Wow.
nice, you know, maybe if you rub some cream on
Hmm.
your skin, you know, to look a little lighter. It was always a challenge, honestly.
So let's talk about that complexion thing because would you believe that's
Mm-hmm.
actually the first item on my list in terms of what we
Mm,
talk about? Because when people say beauty, when we look at
yes,
commercials, right? Just in
yes.
Trinidad alone, and
Yep,
we know it is fraught with this nonsense all over the world.
we
But in
know.
Trinidad
Mm-hmm.
alone, our cosmopolitan society, we see the token
Still.
black girl in the commercials,
Mhm.
right? You see the
Mhm.
token black girl who's slim and
Mhm.
still not very dark,
Yeah. Yeah.
curly hair. And
Mhm.
even for me growing up, I mean, all of my siblings, we have the same two parents, let me tell you, but we are
Right.
so mixed up that the five
Right.
of us look like totally different. My last sister has
Mm.
very straight Spanish hair and she's red.
Right.
And
Wow.
my sister before that, she is red, but she has a hair texture like mine. And my other
Mhm.
sister and my brother, they have that woolly, very curly, thick hair.
Curly hair. Right.
So we always were very diverse in how we
Mhm.
look, as well
Mhm.
as we have different complexions.
Yes.
My brother and I were the darkest in our family.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
for me, it wasn't really a problem being dark, but somehow being a few shades darker, people
Mhm.
always tend to pay attention to that. But
Yep.
not,
Yep. Colorism. Listen,
what's with
colorism is
that?
real.
What is
Yeah.
that? And
Yeah.
then now, in your teenage years, in your 20s, 30s, it's all about the red woman. Like,
Mhm.
listen to me. Sometimes I would throw a little shade and I'd be like,
Yeah.
if she was dark, she wasn't going to be that nice, you know.
That nice. Listen, you're me.
Girl,
Yeah. I'm being honest. Yeah.
it's beyond me. And even now, where they talk about everything, you have these memes and stuff about red women and stuff like that. It
Mhm.
annoys me because it's like you singling out these people as though they're this special. And to
Yeah.
my listeners who are red skin and my friends and stuff like that, this is not any jab at you all, but for me, it's just a pet peeve. And it's not like I
It
have an
is.
issue with the red women because I see them as beautiful as well.
Beautiful, just as any other creature, any other
Thank
woman.
you. But always, you always have to hear for a black girl.
Yes, yes,
What's up with
yes.
that? What
Or
is up
for a
with
dark
that?
skin girl. The thing about it is, Celine, is that, and I do hope I'm pronouncing your name
Well,
accurately.
I'm now going to
Celine.
tell you, I have to give you a glass of wine because you're the first, one of the few people who pronounce my name off the cuff the proper way. I feel it's because you see saline solution, you know.
No, no, no. I honestly, no, no. It just made sense that it's Celine. But what I
Sounds
would say about
fantastic.
colorism is that,
Hmm.
and this is why I love history, because everything that happens today is tied to history.
Yes,
We know colonialism. We know the house Negroes and the plantation
correct.
Negroes and whatnot. And so that's where it comes from. And in understanding that, I've
Mm.
been able to really assess the world differently, you know, and
Hmm.
not really be as peeved as I once was, because I know it's ingrained in us. It's part of our history. And
Yes.
while that doesn't pardon it at all, it helps me understand the place it comes from and the
Mm.
amount of work it would take to change it, because we're talking commercials, but let's look at mass. You know,
You're
I've played
right.
mass twice in my life.
Uh-huh.
And apart from, of course, you know, the general fat phobia that comes with that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just your complexion alone. Like, I've had slimmer girls still be told, hey, I'm just taking a picture of your friend, move away. You know, I've seen that. I've seen that on the road. Yeah.
Why did my pause raise for that? What madness?
Yes, I've
What?
seen it, you know, not you, your friend. And it's like, wow, okay. So
Hmm.
yeah, we kind of accept, well, hey, we don't need to, you know, be at the front page or on certain photographers' pages on Instagram, because
Wow.
we accept our role as the dark-skinned friend in the room. Even though we're beautiful, we're still not seen. We're still marginalized.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say that whoever it is that started the revolution in terms
Mm-hmm.
of appreciating our blackness, I have to say
Yes.
kudos to them, and for whatever their intentions were, it helped
Yes.
so many in various ways. You know, it helped people to start to realize that this complexion that you have been born with,
Mm-hmm.
you were uniquely created. Growing up, I started to see, but I remembered, yes, in secondary school, most of my
Mm-hmm.
friends were lighter than me and that kind of thing. But I found being the darkest, I didn't really have a
Mm-hmm.
problem, but I
Right.
would admit that there was some sort of discomfort
Mm-hmm.
with it.
The
But I've,
nuance was definitely there.
yeah, but I've never felt like I needed to go to the point of going to buy skin lighteners and all of that
Oh yes,
nonsense.
yes, yes.
Yeah. And then as the years grew by, getting into modeling and stuff like that, it really
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a problem because there were other girls like my complexion modeling too. And so I
Right.
never really saw it. I never saw it after that in terms of the
Mm-hmm.
complexion. It's only recently on Instagram and you're seeing all of these fair skinned girls and I call them the high yellow girls. And I'm like, what is
Yes.
happening? What is happening? Is this all that you all see as beauty? I feel sorry for people because it's limited.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And then when the guys talk about the red woman and they single them out, not just to talk about their
Mm-hmm.
beauty, but their behavior
Behavior.
and then the behavior is generated from the fact that they feel as though I'm all that and then some.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Who's giving them this? Who's giving this idea? You
Yeah. A
know.
lot of projection going on. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. So I'm really happy to see that there is that conversation taking place about melanin and appreciating your skin, and now people are actually where they would have been lightening before, they're actually going
Yes.
now and tanning.
Planning. Yes. It's reverse.
I felt, but all I see it as is once you take care of your skin, regardless of your
Yes.
complexion, take care of
Yes.
your skin, and you will
Take
have.
care of your body. Love yourself.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
With regards to the size now,
Mm-hmm.
in my late 30s is when I started to put on weight because I was always
Yes.
skinny.
Right.
And as I said before, I never saw the need to exercise because you
Mm-hmm.
know you're slim and you're still getting to do your modeling and whatever. So
And you're
very
still
much,
eating what you want.
yeah. Even after I had my twin, it was I was the smallest ever. I went down to a size 4 after I had the children. So I was like, yes,
Wow.
I love it. Give me more. But I was like, no, don't give me more. But yet, now that I'm like in my 40s, I realized that I started to put on weight like in my late 30s and stuff like that. And I said, but
Yes.
I don't snack, I don't overeat. What is happening? But your body is
Mm-hmm.
taking its natural course, right?
Natural course, yeah.
And I mean, I'm not. People look at me now and say, "Oh my gosh, how you rosy so, girl?"
Because they remember the older you, the younger
Yeah.
you rather, yeah.
But I said, if you'll only know, these things do not matter to me.
Yeah.
So whether I said last time I checked, I was not made out of porcelain. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not a fictitious being to say that, oh my God, I put on weight and I can't go out and I can't do
And
this.
you can't be seen and you can't wear that jeans.
Absolute, absolute bullshit. Because at the end of the day,
Yes.
then you just change your style,
Mm-hmm.
the suit.
Mm-hmm.
But just make sure you feel comfortable, you feel beautiful all the time, you know? And that size issue, how was that for you? Because you said that you were not ever slim, But you were slimmer than
No,
you are now, right?
way slimmer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so going to university, you said that that really never was an issue for you because there were other people like you,
Yeah.
and nobody else made you feel like you were different.
They didn't have to greet you with, girl, you put on size. They never
Mm-hmm.
greeted you that way.
Right.
It's like you wear a nice crop top. Hey, I like your crop top. They're not gonna highlight, oh, why is her
Mm-hmm.
belly outside? Why is there stretch marks? There was never that. It's definitely more accepting being in that environment. And I think I needed, and this is no shade to my town because, like I said, it's just, that's just the way it is. That's just what history has done.
Right.
You know, it made you think that you have to look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in college, I did not have that problem. I felt more confident. I felt to try more risque styles, and
Mm-hmm.
I just love celebrating my body. And I
Right.
felt like for some time, I thought I needed to cover for other people to be comfortable while I'm uncomfortable.
Right.
And I'm talking, we're in hot sun in Trinidad, and I'm wearing long sleeve sweaters. Why?
Hmm.
You know, because yeah, because
I
I'm
know.
thinking, oh my God, they don't want to see my flabby arm and stretch marks. And now I just don't care.
Exactly. I loved it.
Yeah,
From
I
the
don't
moment
care.
I stumbled across your page on Instagram, I am like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, this girl is life because it takes a lot to
Yes.
come out and just do you,
Yeah.
right? And you're not just doing it. I never got the impression that you're doing it to get attention. Now, I want to stop a
No.
little bit and talk about Lizzo because I was
Yes.
talking to my girlfriends the other day and I said, I like the fact that Lizzo, I mean, she's very talented vocally.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that she is comfortable in her skin. She's loving her thickness and all of that.
Yes.
But I think for me, I was telling my girlfriends that I think she's going a little too far because it's becoming crass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's becoming crass now in the sense
It's
that, and I
becoming
said,
a little crass.
even if there were slim girls behaving like that, I would have a
You would have
problem.
the same opinion.
Yes,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
because I believe as women, I'm not saying that we have to be covered up all the time because if you're sexy, you're damn well sexy. And sexy is
Period.
relative, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, you are coming out and you actually cut out the ass part in a t-shirt in a game. You could get rash on your skin, but you want to do this to
To
go
make a
and
statement.
to make a statement. And it wasn't necessary because we're already in that space where big girls are being celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
being loved, and the way that they're carrying their bodies. We have fashion shows for
Yeah.
plus size women. Where have you seen that before? So you know that it's already being done. So I want to understand, and if you could explain to me that, would be
Mm-hmm.
great. Lizzo, what is your perspective in terms of Lizzo?
I
And what?
think Lizzo has just been trying to have a voice, and now that she has one, she thinks there's no limit to that. And I
Uh-huh.
understand what you're saying because I thought, like, okay, definitely that was not my style. I would not wear that to a game for the same reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what happened was people fat shame. You know, people didn't have this stance because Rihanna, for instance, went to the game in a similar. Well, it wasn't cut out, but
Mm-hmm.
her ass cheeks were outside.
Okay.
And
Okay.
several other people, you know, but I'm a Rihanna fan, so I can't
Me
call their
too.
names, but I know Rihanna, you know, took it there before
Mm-hmm.
and no one said anything. And so
Yeah.
I think that I think what she did was very deliberate.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you are right in acknowledging that she, you know, definitely goes extreme.
Yeah.
But all in all, you know, regardless, the conversation is being had. You
Correct.
know, even though it was being had before, it's still being had. And so
Mm-hmm.
I support that. You know, I support that regardless of who is on this side or that side, that this
Yes.
conversation is happening and
Yeah.
that we're able to put people who are fat shaming in their place.
I
But would I
agree.
wear that? No.
No.
I would
No.
not. I would not.
I wouldn't even.
It's
And
tacky.
the other day she did a shoot with her in swimsuits and stuff, and I loved it.
And you loved it. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
loved it because it was the way that the cut was and everything. She looked really
Yeah.
sexy in it,
Yes,
you know.
yes.
But then I saw the video of her in the pool and he's slapping the thing, and I was like, this is grossing me out. Stop it. Stop it, sis. And even, I mean, I'm not even, and it's not just because of the bigness. What's her name? Meg the Stallion. Megan the
Yes, yes,
Stallion.
yes.
She had a similar video too, and
and it was a little too much for you, and that's okay.
I
That's
had.
okay.
So I said yes to each.
Yes.
Everybody will have their opinion,
Yeah, own stance, yeah.
but I agree with taking a stance against fat shaming because you cannot.
Yes.
That incident with what's her name, the Santana girl from Carnival Time here,
Mm-hmm,
when
mm-hmm.
Dr. Khan went to town on her and called her,
Listen.
that was really important, and
Horrible.
I love the
Mm-hmm,
fact that she was able to stand up for herself, and she had
mm-hmm.
so much support behind her
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
And it
Yes.
wasn't just from people who were of the heavier weight.
Side of the scale, yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's everybody was like, what?
This is
And she's
just,
perfectly
yeah,
happy.
it was horrible.
Because
It
do
was
you know,
horrible and unnecessary.
my girlfriend's sister is
Mm-hmm.
also what on the thick side, but she dances. She does African dance, and this girl, I am amazed to see how light she is on her feet.
Right.
So
Yeah,
sometimes,
because people think because you're a certain weight, you can't be flexible. I'm pretty flexible myself.
or that they might even think that you're unhealthy, but I'm like, why would you look at that? There are very slim people who walking around with tons of illnesses because
Exactly.
they don't take care of themselves, you know?
Exactly.
So we cannot continue to be ignorant. And
Mm-hmm.
I really do appreciate and celebrate when anybody takes the time to come out and say, hey, I am here. This is me as I am.
Take me or leave me, it's okay.
Correct. Because I love me anyway. Generally, our family, like on my mom's side, everybody breast was going south. Everybody breast,
I couldn't help but laugh
girl,
like
everybody breast got to go south afterwards. I was like, well, what the hell going on here, boy? But yet I'm like, but you know what? The breast healthy. When I go and do my mammogram and I get a good result, I'm
yes,
good. That's all I need to know that these breast
yes.
healthy. But then people will say, why your breast hanging? And I
Listen,
still don't like to wear bra. I still don't
I
like
don't
to.
like bras either.
Mm. But you know what? Who really has the problem? Because I don't see the guys having a problem.
They don't, and even if they do, like as women, how much longer must we ascribe to these misogynistic views? Like,
Thank you.
does it matter?
It really doesn't. And
It doesn't.
after I had my kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized that you get the little stretch marks on your side,
Yes,
and you get the breast because after they drink out all the milk, the breast starting to go
just there.
to deflating. And I was really conscious of my body in that regard because I was not accustomed to that part of it, right?
Yes.
And I remember the first guy I dated after that. I was really, really conscious until he
Mm-hmm.
said, what are you hiding up? He said,
Mm-hmm.
woman, you had two children. These stretch marks
Exactly.
supposed to be here.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that belly supposed to be there because you had children. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
kudos to those who go right, they snatch that shit back up,
Back.
and I was like,
Yes.
how?
Yes.
How you
Yes.
how you do that? How?
Shout out to Fiona.
I know,
Fiona.
right? No, she is. Ooh, that girl's body boy. Bang, yeah.
Listen, the abs came back
Everything.
immediately.
But you see, in all fairness to her, she was exercising and thing before her pregnancy, yeah?
True,
Feeling
true.
is
Muscle
not,
memory and all that.
yeah,
Yes.
feeling is not kill at all. But yeah, I love to see people taking care of their bodies and even those who are exercising a lot and making sure that they're
Yes.
toned and all. I love to see it as well. But
Yes.
you see the punch and the saggy breast. I used to have a problem with it, but now I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. If if you
It
want
is
to
what it
spend the
is.
money on it to get me the breast lift, then okay, fine. But I'm not spending money on it. Like,
And
oh,
I want people to understand this. Even though I'm plus size and there are several other women who are plus size,
mhm,
it isn't to say that at some point we would not desire to lose the weight. We just
mhm.
choose to do it in a healthy way and to enjoy the journey. Because I
Oh,
grew up
yes.
looking at my mom
Mm.
stressing herself for that. I'm sorry, mom, I have to throw you under the bus. She modeled with Harry Vogue back in the 80s and stuff.
Oh,
And
uh-huh.
yeah, and she just can't picture her life at her weight. She can't picture her life outside of a size 4 or whatever.
Yes.
And she's stressed and it was diets and I could tell she was not happy. She's not eating, she's doing all of these things. And it's like, no, I don't want to be like that. I want to enjoy every step. I must be happy here and be happy after and look back and say, you know what, I don't look stressed.
Yep.
I don't look like I'm not happy. And it shows in pics, beyond whatever weight or whatever. It shows. Correct. So I think people need to understand that us fat people, yes, we love our size and yes, we desire to be healthy, but can you allow us to enjoy the process? Why do you think you have to throw an apple at us? If we're on our cheat day and we feel to eat a burger, why are you looking at us like you shouldn't be eating that? Like let us live.
I agree with you.
So, yeah.
And so sometimes you see, and as you're talking about people who are actually conscious of their size and not enjoying their journey.
Yes.
Right? There are those, in terms of the filters on social media, the filters and the angling and stuff like that.
Listen.
People pay so much attention to, there's an app that trims your waist and pulls out the hip.
Listen, I'm aware of that app because I used it once back in the day. Yeah, I used it before, like to upload a pic. I found my face was too wide and I altered it and I looked so silly I deleted it after. But I'm aware of those apps and people still use it.
My thing is, you use the app and what in real life, what are you going to say?
Exactly.
I'm like,
this is what I say all the time, yeah.
You see me on social
like,
media,
we know
you
you
see
in
me
real
out.
life, sis.
Yeah.
Your cheekbones aren't that high.
Oh my gosh, we let media really take over everything.
Yeah,
everything.
We
and
do.
if you don't have that level of control, and not only control but self-love, if you don't have that, you'll find yourself in some problems because you hear about people. My daughter is 14.
You have teenagers.
Yes, girl. Yes, girl. I'm watching them this morning and I'm like, what is happening? And she is very slim. But the child is telling me that she has to go exercise because she's so flabby. I was like, what is she talking about, Lord?
The school, her friends, society.
I said, what is she talking? I said, all you need to do is go and exercise to tone your body and exercise to make sure that your breathing is right. You exercise to keep healthy. You don't exercise to say that you're going to lose weight. If you're sitting down, obviously your tummy is going to fold. So I don't know what you're talking about, child. She's watching her neck. Her neck is long like mine. So she's what, Mommy, why my neck looking like this? I was like, I can't with this conversation, because I have never been that person.
Yeah. And
my
it's
mother
kind of
always used to, my mom always used to tell me after I had the kids, because it's a twin I had, and they were big. They were 6 and 7 pounds. So, and I was very skinny during my pregnancy. So my stomach stretched beyond its elasticity.
Wow.
And doc told me, he said, you're going to have to do a tummy tuck.
Yeah.
I did go for the consultation, but when I saw the procedure, I was like, no, thanks. If them not like this belly, so it's going, I don't care. I can't wear my bikini anymore, but I could certainly wear a nice whole suit and still look sexy.
Yes, and still look sexy, absolutely.
I really don't care, and I'm not doing that surgery because I remember somebody, a lady I knew from back in the day, she said she did it, and she has no feeling in her stomach, all the nerves.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to live with that, fine. That is all on you, but I'm not feeling pressured to do it, and I really find that media, boy, you really have to love yourself. You really, really have
have to love yourself for real. Social media, you're bombarded by it every day.
And you see, people are going to put these arguments forward, Latoya, because it's a money-making business.
It is.
When you go to these plastic surgeons to do the surgery, that's their source of income. So they are going to promote it on social media. All the fat transfers and the IG girls with these clinched waists and the bottom from here to Toko and the breast from here to Sangre Grande.
But the legs not proportionate at all. Let's talk about that.
You're looking like a Jap.
Exactly. But you know what? It's funny that you talk about, you spoke about the surgeries, but what about the tees and the waist trainers and all these different things?
I wanted to get a waist trainer, but then I realized I don't like things. I don't like clothes.
Period.
Like,
Thank you. I'm clapping. I wish I could clap, but yes.
girl, you can. Let me tell you, I tried that waist trainer thing and the Spanx and all of that. I said, this is too much clothes for me, you know.
You can't breathe in it even.
No, and I like to
You
breathe.
can't
I like to
breathe.
pelt off clothes as soon as I get home. I don't want to be
Same,
whining to get into it. And then,
same.
okay, so you go out with the man and you find your waist small and everything. But when you're going and do things, you have to take off the waist trainer though. So,
You will see it out of foil, as we say. So
yes.
what?
So what's the point? What is the
Yeah.
point? Oh,
Yeah, and that has a lot of money in it too. Like and
mhm.
the girls who do the surgery are saying they drank these teas and they took these waist trainers and pills and whatnot to
Mhm.
look like that. Sis, we know you went to Dr. Miami. We know you
Thank
went.
you. That's the
Come
next
on.
point. That's the next point. There are girls we know you're watching your breasts, they almost by your chin.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so perky. Are you trying
It's
to
so
tell me
pretty.
you didn't do a boob job? Come on, man.
Come
I'm not,
on.
yeah.
I mean, it's not my business to know what you did, but don't sell me dreams now. Don't tell
Thank
me it's the
you.
tea and it's a workout.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, don't do that.
If you felt convicted to do your surgery and you're well within your right to do it, why not talk about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
And that's just it. Own it.
Yeah, I don't understand the part with all of this coming to tell me come and work out how much days a week and I know you went and do work. So I
Yeah.
know I ain't gonna go. Advertising. Oh my gosh. I really wanted to detox my body because I said it may not help me lose weight, but it's good to know that you can try to detox as much as you could because
Mhm.
of we have toxins coming into our bodies not just through food, just the air
Yes.
we
True.
breathe, and thankfully our bodies are built.
Even the cosmetics we use.
That's right. You know, the other
Mm-hmm.
day I'm painting my nails and I'm saying somebody was talking on thing the other day about the nail polish and everything is cancerous these days.
Yes.
And I say to myself, I wonder if I'm doing anything to my body, but this thing looks so good.
Even the deodorants, like I
Yes,
was making a joke the
everything.
other day. I purchased where you see a bottle. I
Hmm.
purchased a deodorant. Secrets is my fave, and they
Okay.
have the aluminum free one. And listen, I need all the aluminum. Okay, it couldn't. No, listen, it couldn't. It couldn't keep me. And a girlfriend was like, she detoxed herself.
Uh-huh.
She did some kind of pit detox thing, and now she basically just uses like baking soda or something.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm
Interesting.
like, all right, all right. So yeah, everything, it puts toxins in your body, and
Yeah,
it's like, what do you do?
exactly.
What do you use?
Exactly. Just try to control it as much as you can, as
As
much as
much
your
as you
mind is
can.
telling you that you're
Yes,
controlling it. Because as much as you're drinking
moderation. Mm-hmm.
water and eating all the green in the world,
Mm-hmm.
um, these things are periodic. So you have to actually make up your mind that you want to continue on that path with your if you're
Yes.
eating that lifestyle, or you do
Mm-hmm.
it like every 3 months, every 6 months, or something, just to make sure that you're in tune with your body. Because if
Mm-hmm.
we don't love the bodies that we're in, how could we possibly share it with anybody else? And not just physically, but if you're ill, if you're inviting illness
Yes,
into your body, then obviously you'll be irritable, you'll be frustrated, you're sick all the time.
exactly.
You can't possibly share your best self with anyone. Your skin is fantastic.
Thank you. That's most of it is genetics because I don't
Yes,
do anything special, okay? And
that good
honestly,
melanin.
I'm telling you that good melanin, and
Mhm.
my page probably had the most amount of makeup I've ever worn in my life. I'm not a
Okay.
makeup girl at all.
Mm,
I'm definitely plain Jane, quote unquote.
okay.
So apart from genetics, I believe in washing your face a lot. A lot
Okay.
of people don't know this, but even if you bathe 3 times a day, wash your face. You go to
Oh,
wash your hands, wash your face. I believe in that.
okay.
I use a specific type of turmeric soap. Oh my gosh, it's so bad that I can't name the
Remember.
business, but it's a local business. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
all
Mm-hmm.
things local. Yes.
Oh, that's
I'll get the
fantastic.
name and give it to you.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
WhatsApp it to me.
Uh, and my mom always taught me to use like witch hazel as your toner. So I don't use Neutrogena and all of that. I simply put some witch hazel on a cotton
Uh-huh.
and I clean my face. And then, yeah, you take oils and rub it in. So coconut oil, I like
Mm,
it a little bit and you rub it in. And yeah, you
yeah.
go about your day and that's just it.
Okay, and then growing up in the countryside and with
Yes.
grandparents and stuff around, I remember my grandmother. I didn't grow up countryside, but my grandmother is
Mm-hmm.
from St. Vincent, and
Ooh.
she used to take us on a Sunday outside, my cousins and my siblings. We used to
Mm-hmm.
get it scrubbed down, that scrub down.
Yes.
So people will
Yes.
always compliment on your skin. I said, yeah, this is long time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then drinking your water.
Water, of course, of
Yeah, letting
course.
your skin breathe. You'll get your marks and stuff like that. Yes, you'll get your
Mm-hmm.
little marks along the way, but you could know when you have good skin and
Yes, yes. And I know when I need to do
to
better.
do better.
So I know
Yeah.
my water intake is poor by my skin, you know?
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
girl. Because especially with the weather these days, and now my skin is dry. I have dry skin. So if I don't drink that amount of water that I'm supposed to, you're going to see it. The skin will
You're gonna
start.
look ashy.
She will
No,
start
no,
telling
no.
tale. She will tell the tale, and I was like, oh God, all right, all right. You watch what you eat and all
Yes.
that kind of thing.
For sure. So
Mhm.
my partner, he's a foodie,
Mm.
but it doesn't show because he's very slim. And
Always,
so yeah,
always the
always,
very slim
always the
guys go for this.
listen, he's the opposite to me, and we make jokes about that all the time, you know.
Oh my.
But I must say he encourages me to like work out. So,
Okay.
the skipping rope, all of that, we do
Mm-hmm.
little things because I can't push myself because I consider myself to have like a invisible disability, so to speak. So I've
Mm.
always had this knee issue where the
Okay.
kneecap was never properly settled. Part
Mm.
of the reason why I didn't finish my netball career, so to speak,
Oh.
because of the injury. Yeah. And so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so there's that, there's walking, of course a lot of water, maybe some juice now and again. And then I really have my days when, I shouldn't be eating as much fried foods as I should. So we have like a Tuesday, sometimes he'll buy KFC. But yeah, I do focus on what I eat because my mom has always drilled it in me, make
Oh,
sure that if you eat a sandwich, you have something to crunch on,
right.
a salad, lettuce, something. So yeah, I do. But I think for me, eating on time will
Mm.
always be my biggest challenge because even when I wake, I don't see the need to eat breakfast right away, and I should at least have a cup of tea. So I must say
Yes.
it's only recently I
Mm.
started, being like serious about what I eat when I wake or
Okay.
how soon I eat
Mm-hmm.
and the intervals and then the cutoff time, in the night I
Nice.
wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
suck down a big cup of ice cream like I would in the afternoon, you know what I mean? So
Oh gosh, but there
just
are days
little
when you just
things.
do it, right?
Exactly. It's
And
a
there's
it's a
nothing
it's
wrong
a
with it.
process.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
It's all about having balance. Because for me,
Yeah.
coming off of the cleanse, as I said, today is the last day for my cleanse. It was 21 days. It was
Mhm.
a lovely
Mhm.
experience, I have to say, because I am not someone who likes to cook. I can cook, but I just
Yes.
don't like it. I don't like the kitchen.
Yes.
But
Yes. I feel you.
but preparing those meals for my
Mhm.
body to know that I'm putting all of this goodness into my body, it really,
Yes.
really made me feel good. And
Yes.
it filtered out into other areas because I found that my
Mhm.
mindfulness was a little more, um, I was more in tune with the way that I'm thinking.
Mhm.
So things
Mhm.
that would normally stress me out during the day, I found
Yes.
myself being a little more methodical about the way that I approached it. So I was like,
Yes.
okay, I asked myself, why is this bothering you? So I just don't know. Everything just slowed down for me, but in a
Mhm.
good way. In
Yes.
21 days. And I really like the drive that you're on as well, um,
Mhm.
in terms of the holy cow. At first, when I
Yeah.
saw it, I was like, oh, how cool is this holy cow? But I said, the fact that she used the word "ho," what does she mean? And tell me about that. We're talking about
Mhm.
loving the skin that you're in, but all of this is part of your journey. Coming up
Yes.
with holy cow, is that part of your journey in terms of accepting yourself as you are, embracing who you
Yes.
are? So let's hear about
Yes.
holy cow.
Okay, so holy cow, I am all things that is feminine. I'm super feminist or
Mm.
womanist, I like to say,
Okay.
because while I think, all women should be recognized, I think that Black women are very marginalized. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm a womanist. That's what a womanist is. And so holy cow someone made a joke on time and say I look like a buffalo or something. So I was like, okay, well, I'm a cow then, no problem.
Wow.
And then the holy parts, the slut shaming aspect of it that I may or may not have received, I'm
Uh-huh.
wearing bikinis and all of that. So it's kind of like I'm making a joke of myself before you can joke about
That's
me.
always the best approach, huh?
Yeah.
That's always
So
let me
holy
talk
play
about
on
me.
who? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So that's
okay.
what it was. Yeah.
hmm I like your writing style as well in terms of how you express um
You
the
do? That's just
topic.
my thoughts at 12 a.m.
Imagine that. Wow.
Yeah.
There was one that you did with the coil of the hair,
Yes,
and
yes.
then was it another one with the juices? Oh, cool. I was screaming. I was like, there, she's good. Nah, nah.
And those are excerpts. Oh my gosh, I'll
Oh
definitely push
my
that more.
gosh.
I'll
Yeah,
definitely push
girl.
that more.
I look
Yeah.
forward to that because it's like I'm actually seeing it. You see, when someone can write and you can visualize what they're talking about, even though there's a double
Mhm.
entendre,
Yes.
um, I saw it. That is so artistic.
Thank you.
And a lot of
Thank
people
you.
are
Oh
not
my
able
gosh.
to capture that in their
Mm-hmm.
writing
Hmm.
or in their painting. Because
Yes.
sometimes I will go to an art gallery. I love things like this, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I have to find that in myself to bring it out because as a child I used to write poems. I cannot find that notebook with all of my poems in it, and it really hurts me to this day because my mom
Oh,
always spoke about that. She loved the way that I wrote, but I just
yes.
didn't do it as a teenager and growing up, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I just definitely have that interest in seeing people's work and, of course, reading people's
Right.
work. Jill Scott is somebody that I totally admire. And she too is
Mm-hmm.
one in her skin. Jill Scott wears
Yes.
whatever she wants to. I love the way that she sexualizes her poetry. Oh my God.
I'm not going to say that. Like
Do
she's
you have her
sensual
book?
when she needs to be.
Do you
I
have her book?
haven't. I haven't bought it, but I will. I
A friend of
will.
mine bought it for me and he sent it. The volume, what's the name of it? I watch any book there in my library now. But to get up and go and get it, I'm too lazy.
Mm-hmm.
But she
Mm-hmm.
has that poetry, girl.
Let
It's
me follow my sis. I'm literally going to follow her because I'm like, why I didn't follow her from this page?
yeah, Jill Scott is a good one as well. And I
Yeah.
really do appreciate the fact that as I said before, there are so many women coming out and loving themselves. I
Themselves.
saw in your bio because
Mm-hmm.
this particular series that I'm doing now is actually called Mind, Body, Spirit. And today
Spirits.
I'm
Oh
looking,
my
I
gosh.
kid you not, girl. My paw was raised when I saw it earlier when I was looking for your email address and your bio. When
Mm-hmm.
I saw that, I was like, no way, no
Wow. We
way.
are in alignment, sis. This is beautiful. You have a
Yeah,
beautiful energy, by the way, I must say. This
thank
is the
you.
first time I'm having like a one-on-one,
Yeah.
and I'm not like, I'm definitely like feeling like myself. So I just needed to say that.
Oh gosh, thank you very much. Well, I feel the same way with you. Just from chatting that first time on Instagram, I was like, yeah, she's good
Yeah.
people, man. She's good people. When I post anything, it's really to encourage other people to feel good about themselves. Those corny
Mm-hmm.
jokes that I post every day and I close off my radio show every morning with it. People are like, oh gosh, saying these jokes, but yet the private messages me, look at next joke for you.
Yes,
And I said,
exactly.
I just want to know that whoever reads it, at least they had a little chuckle for the day. If
A
it's the
little laugh.
only chuckle
Mm-hmm.
that you had for the day, it's that.
Half for the day.
Because
Yes.
COVID alone is and I was telling my
Listen.
sister the other day, I said, COVID is a double-edged sword.
It is.
You've learned so much about yourself during this time, the
Mm-hmm.
things that you can
Mm-hmm.
endure during this
Yes.
time. You learn so much, as well as it cuts so many opportunities as well. But I always believe that everything happens in God's timing.
It
And
does.
so why a person? If you can't get to go out to the beach or whatever, stay home. And I was taking a drive around the neighborhood with my girlfriend the other day. And I said, you know what I'm noticing? A lot of people are spending time with their family.
Yes, yes. And even though yes, it's good, we also have the side of it where a lot of people are being abused as well because
Yeah,
they're
too.
home. Not trying to dampen the mood, but
I know.
that's also very
It's
real.
very high. Domestic
And then I
violence is
can't
very
help
high.
but think of people like, let's say my mom, she lives alone,
Mm.
and I know her love language is touch and all of that. And it's like you're in a space where you can't touch
Can't touch.
anybody
Yeah, boy.
but your dogs. So it's really tough. But yeah, I think, there's always a silver lining to every gray cloud. And for me, I've been able to go into self-love mode and revamp my page because I did a lot of writing on that page. It was dedicated to my writing only.
Right.
And for like over a year, I wasn't at that space anymore. I was depressed. I couldn't just create. And then, I came back. I was like, you know what? No, but you're not going to see my writing now. You're going to see me.
Nice. I love
And
that.
so,
I love that.
that's how Holy Cow came to be. Be unapologetic. People are projecting their insecurities on you every day. It's up to you to internalize it, and you shouldn't. Love yourself, enjoy the journey, and just be you.
Just be you.
And that's just it, just be you.
Nice. I love that. So, Latoya, where can our listeners find you on your Facebook and Instagram? Give us some information so that they can follow your page and benefit from all of this goodness.
Okay, so Facebook, I have a lot to say. Sometimes I'm crass, sometimes I'm not, but I'm me.
Being you,
So
exactly.
check me on Latoya Walker. Just add me, follow me. I'm very open to having new people in my space.
Okay.
And on Instagram, follow me at Holy Cow. That's HeAuxliCow. That's Holy Cow.
Right.
Emphasis on the who. So thank you so much. And very soon, like I said, I have a couple business ventures.
Right.
So I am actually introducing a plus size resort wear store. It's called Curvy Fish.
Oh my God.
So you can follow. I'm having a big launch of video, everything.
Fantastic.
So coming soon, and also a holistic healing brand I'm trying to promote because I'm going to do my doula course. Yeah, I'm into that.
Great.
And I'm into just, affirmations and all of that. So that'll be under that company.
Awesome.
So look out for Holy Mommy as well. An iteration of Holy Cow. The spiritual side of Latoya. The physical, I'm going to introduce you to the spiritual.
That is fantastic, Latoya. And we wish you the very, very best in all of your ventures and your endeavors. Wow, I totally enjoyed that conversation with Latoya, aka Holy Cow. Thank you so much. And guys, please feel free to follow her pages on Instagram and Facebook. You won't be disappointed because there's a lot of information there that you would really, really enjoy. And thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this episode of Naked. I totally, totally love you guys and your feedback that you continue to give on the Naked podcast. Remember, you can leave your comments on the Saline Solutions page on Facebook and on Instagram, the Saline G, the Saline Solution, Saline G. Thank you so very much to Cam Productions for editing this podcast. And always remember, guys, get naked and be a good human.
I do my head talk.